Are you ready to make some pips? I thought so. So let's go. Today's video is sponsored by Go Markets. Go Markets is a multi-award-winning broker who is regulated by the Cyprus Security and Exchange Commission. I have personally been using Go Markets for over 5 years now, and one of the reasons I chose them was because their customer service is second to none. Low spreads, fast withdrawals and thousands of tradable products makes Go Markets the favourable choice for the BD members. Go Markets is the official online trading sponsor of Chelsea Football Club. If you are looking to trade with a worldwide trusted and regulated broker, then sign up using our link below and start trading today with low spreads. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Listen, I'm convinced if you digest what I'm about to tell you and you understand the logic and you implement it yourself on the charts, you will be thanking me for it. Maybe not at the end of this video, maybe in a week's time or a few months' time or 6 months or a year, but you will thank me because you will understand that is how the market moves. If you've been following me for a long period of time, you will know that I keep my trading very basic, very simple. Support and resistance, candlestick patterns and trends. It is beginner stuff that is taught by probably hundreds of thousands of people, but yet only a small percentage of it actually master it. And the reason being is because they don't spend the time learning it. A lot of people have this theory that, oh, it's beginner training, it's retail way of trading, and I should learn a complicated way of trading because that's how you should make money. In reality, it is not true. Your biggest battle in trading will be yourself, your emotion, your discipline, your patience. The time you spend on the charts should be very simple, very enjoyable. You know, it's quite simple. If you buy a house cheap and sell it for more expensive price, you make money, right? If you buy an expensive house and sell it cheap, you lose money, right? So buy cheap, sell high, you make money. Very simple, basic logic. And if you implement that on the charts, it will work. You know, downtrend, wait for the pullback, sell with the trend, get in at the better price, make money, period. Right? There's nothing else to it. The hardest part is being patient to wait for a pullback or being disciplined to sell in a trend rather than buy against a trend. I've been trading a lot with the BD members since I broke my back in November. Every single day I will trade with the BD members. And yeah, I trade with thousands of people. I've taught thousands of people. You know, you lot in these videos will know that. And 3 of the most common mistakes that my members, or everybody in general, not just my members, but everybody, they make these 3 mistakes. The first one is they trade with emotion, discipline. You know, they get frustrated when they lose a trade. They start doubting their ability. They start changing and you go around in circles, and that's not a good way to go. The second one is using tight stop losses. I don't know what it is. I've been having a lot of one-on-one webinars with BD members lately, and they use tight stop losses. I don't understand that logic. You either don't use a stop loss at all and blow an account, or you use a tight stop loss and get stopped out and then get frustrated because you lost a trade. There's no in between with you lot. I don't know what it is. And the third one is you don't understand the basics of support and resistance. You know, you say, well, this is a level, and it's not a level. What I'm going to show you in today's video is how to get some very profitable high risk reward trades trading support and resistance. We'll use the binary destroyer as well, but if I show you what I'm about to show you and you understand it, I can assure you you're going to thank me for it. So let's jump straight into the charts. Okay, let's keep everything simple. There are 3 ways a currency pair can move. You have a downward trend like this here, you have an upward trend like this here, and you have a sideways trend like this here. So the 3 ways a currency pair can move: sideways, uptrend or downtrend. Okay, now let's just quickly focus on a downtrend movement. When price is trending down, it will make higher highs and higher lows. Okay, this is a higher low, this is the previous high, this is the low, and this is the low here, right? If it is not making higher highs and higher lows, then it is not a downtrend. okay? So if you have something like, I don't know, uptrend like this here, and price suddenly does this here, right? Is that an uptrend or is that a downtrend? It's neither, right? It's a conflict of interest, right? Or manipulation, if you want to call it that. Because you've got a higher high and you have a lower low here, right? There's the previous high. So yes, that is higher, right? So you could say it's an uptrend because that's higher. But wait, because if you look at the lower low, right, this is lower. So is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? It's neither. Okay, so let's just clear that up, right? If it's a downtrend, it will make this movement here, right? And you always want to mark up the previous highs and previous lows. So previous high, previous low, new high, new low, new low, new high, okay, downwards. However, there is something here, right? And I see a lot of BD members making this mistake, and you are missing out on a lot of pips if you do not take these kind of setups. In fact, I believe, I don't trade smart money concepts, but I would believe that smart money traders would be entering at these levels as well, just because the market's more over extreme. Let me show you, right? I mean, I don't trade smart money concepts, but I trade support and resistance, which I argue is the same, okay? But there'll be people in the comments saying, no, it's not, right? Let's look at price in an uptrend here, right? As price goes up like this here and you create the new high, always, and remember, how can you move price? If you buy it and sell it, right? It's the only way you can move price, right? If there's a lot of buyers, price goes up, a lot of sellers, price goes down, right? So you want to understand where buyers are going to come into the market, okay? And sellers are going to come into the market. Everybody knows that this is an uptrend, right? So we know we've got buyers in the market and we want to enter as well. Where are we going to enter? At a break and retouch, at a support and resistance level, okay? To summarize just here, you have a supply and demand zone, right? The big institutions buy and sell from these levels off the higher time frames, and off the lower time frames you're going to have support and resistance like this here, right? It would be like this here, and you'll have a resistance, you'll have a support, and then you'll get a retouch of that resistance, and then like here, right? So supply and demand on the big time frames. On the intraday time frames, you've got support and resistance levels. So going back to this example here, we would buy here with the trend. We've done a break and retouch, we've done a higher high and higher low, and we've come back to retouch previous high and resistance, right? So this here would be a break and retouch, and we can take it with the trend. Yeah, would that make logical sense? It would, wouldn't it, right? However, a lot of traders, and I see it as well, they make a lot of mistakes. This here, right? Price comes up here and they buy from this level here, right? And they put their little tight stop loss just here and they get stopped out. And then price comes all the way down here and then rockets up. If price comes down here, right, this is still an uptrend. This is still an uptrend, right? If price is in an uptrend like this here and it comes down to here and then goes up, this is still an uptrend, because keep it simple, right? Let's mark up the highs. The high, the previous low, the new low, the higher low. This is still an uptrend, okay? However, entering here is actually a better entry point to take it with the trend, right? Why is that? Why is that? Okay, why is that? Okay, let me just, it comes down to entering at a better price. I know I might be complicating you a bit here, but you'll understand and you'll appreciate it. When price is in a downtrend like this here, right, and we've identified it's a downtrend by looking at higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, what do we want to do? We want to enter the market as well, okay? However, as experienced traders like we are, we don't just want to sell here, right? Because that's where beginners would sell and they'd get stopped out, right? So what we want to be doing is we want to be selling at a better price. The more we get in at a better price, the more pips we make. I made a video a few weeks ago about how institutions trade, and one of the institutional managers or hedge fund owners, said, I teach my traders to get in at the right level or they don't get in at all. This is what I mean. This is what he is saying here, right? If price is in a downtrend like this here, right? Entering here for a sell on a break and retouch would be very, very good. However, think logic here. If we were to sell here, would be a better price, wouldn't it? It would be a better price and we can get more pips out of the trade. This is still a downtrend, okay? If we do it here, right, like this here, downtrend, pullback, downtrend, pullback, okay, you get this kind of movement here and then you get stopped out and then price does here. This is still a downtrend, right? Because if you mark up the highs and lows, you've got lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, right? However, in reality, yes, it looks simple when I draw it. It looks simple on YouTube videos. It looks simple in PDF books. It looks simple on textbooks. However, price does not sometimes always look like that, because what you'll get sometimes is you will get price doing something like this. You'll get like this here. Well, this is what basically happens, right? And then it creates a low and then it kind of chops around for a bit here. And then it kind of comes up here for a break and retouch and you go, well, I'm going to sell that with the trend. And then it comes down and then it pops up here and then it kind of comes down like that there and drops. This is still a downtrend, right? Because if you mark up all the highs and lows, like the big highs, so there's the lower high, there's the previous there's the low, and there's the previous low, okay? This is still a downtrend until it reverses and goes into an uptrend, like here, this is an uptrend. Until it does something like this here, it's still an uptrend. This would be an uptrend to downtrend. To give you an example of what I mean, and I'm going to show you two examples now, a live trade that I took on gold on the daily time frame. So this was posted March the 2nd. So we're now on March the 8th. So 6 days ago, right? I actually took the trade way before that. Basically, okay, I took a sell on gold, okay? And keeping it simple, again, we have a break and retouch, a break and retouch here, right? A break and retouch here. We have a beautiful sell with the trend. See that? Beautiful, yeah? Make logical sense. We've come up to the previous resistance, okay? Break and retouch. However, keep note of where my stop loss is. Here. My stop loss is at the previous high. Because if price comes up here, right, touches the previous high and comes down, this is still a downtrend. This is still a downtrend. I see so many traders trying to enter here, right, at the break and retouch, getting stopped out and getting frustrated and walking away, right? If price comes back up here and it gives us a re-entry point, we are entering at a better level, okay? And this is normally here where the smart money concept traders would enter, because the market's more overextended, it's more extreme, and they would consider this as where the liquidity is in the market. The liquidity being where everybody else is going to be selling, right? If we actually have a look at that setup now on gold, right? Let's have a look. Let's go here. Where is it? Here on TradingView. Look at that setup on gold here. So same again, right? We have a trend down. We have a pullback. We have a trend down. We have a pullback. We have a trend down, okay? If I mark up the previous resistance here, right? This is where I sold the market. However, I said that if we even come back up to this level here, this is still a downtrend, okay? It's still a downtrend. Unless we do this kind of movement here, right, that would be an uptrend. That is not an uptrend. This is a downtrend. And look what happened. We got, oh, well, I didn't get stopped out because I put my stop loss way up here somewhere. You could have got maybe stopped out here, but here you could have re-entered, got your pips back, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and made that money back. Look at the size of that drop on the 1 hour charts. Look how much that drop is. Look at this. Look, drop. Look at that. literally straight down, right? And you lot are missing out on all of these opportunities. Now, let me give you an example now with the binary destroyer of exactly what I'm saying, okay? So let's keep an eye on the 15-minute charts now. And what can we see here? We see a break and retouch just there, yeah? So logical sense, beautiful break and retouch with the trend, stop loss above the high. You know, you could have made a 1 to 2 there. Beautiful trade with the trend, yeah? We've created a new low. There's the new low there. There's the previous low. This is a downtrend. Yes, there is nothing to tell us anything else. It is a downtrend. If I mark up the previous high, if I mark up the previous low, which is here, right, we should look for a nice little break and retouch to take it down. However, this is the previous high, just here, right? I'm just going to mark up, here. We're just going to mark up the previous high. If price comes up to here, right, and then drops, this is still a downtrend because there's the previous high, there's the new low, there's the new low, new high, low, a lower high, there's the low, there's the low. It's a downtrend, yeah? Let me show you what happens. Let me show you exactly what happens here, right? And I want to show you this, right? Because it's a very good example, and I'll show you another one afterwards. And I see it so many times, right? Let me show you, right? Let me show you what happens, right? Okay, so let me just, first of all, we, let me see what happens. Okay, I've got a Mogwai signal. Okay, I've got a Mogwai signal because we've got a support line just here. See that little support line just here? So, see that little support line just there? This here would be a trade against the trend. I just want to clarify. This buy on the 1 minute would be a buy against the trend. But let's take this a buy against the trend. I just want to show you this, right? So we're going to take this buy against the trend. So I'll go for a 1-to-1 on this one. Okay, I'll go for a 1-to-1. Bang. No messing about. Oh, hang on here. I'll go for 6 pips for 6 pips. Done. Right, there we go. That might be a little bit better. Okay, 6 pips for 6 pips. Okay, let's see if the trade wins. Hopefully, yeah, okay, we win the trade. Beautiful. Right, let's see what happens now. See how price has now come up to this resistance area. Let me just see if I pop a Mogwai signal. Yeah, okay, look. Right, now let's look at this Mogwai signal on the 15. Look at this, right? Is this trade with the trend or against the trend? It's with the trend, isn't it? You know, it creates lower lows, lower highs. There's nothing to tell us otherwise that anything else. It's a downtrend, right? However, like I said, this, if price breaks this and comes to this level, it's still a downtrend, right? It's still a downtrend. So we will take this trade here, right? And again, MACD's gone overbought, Mogwai signal, okay? Now, just to be safe, okay, I want to show you something, right? I want to show you something. Let's do something that a beginner would do. Tight stop loss, big risk reward ratio, okay? So let's go with a stop loss of 6 pips and we'll go for 18 pip take profit. So there you go there. A 1 to 3, okay? A 1 to 3. I will take the exact same trade, but I'm going to put my stop loss above here, out of the way. So I'm going to go for 18 pips for 18 pips for 30 pips. Done. Okay. Maybe stop losses. hold on. I'm going to do that again. So 6 pips for 18 pips was what a beginner would take. Okay, I'm going to take the same trade. I'm going to go for 15 pips for 30 pips. I'm going to go for a 1 to 2 here. Stop loss. So my stop loss is above the next high. So if price comes up, okay, here, I'm fine. I'm still in the trade. Now we could get another possible re-entry here, and which I'll take it again, right? I'm just entering at a better level, right? Better price, more pips, okay? Watch this. Let's see what happens. Now, I kind of know roughly what happens. I don't know how far it goes down, though, in profit. So, you know, it might get a 1 to 3. I don't know. Okay. Let's do on the 15-minute charts. Okay. And let's keep an eye on the 15-minute charts, right? So, price comes down here. Did we get stopped? Hold on here. I've done that. Let's take a sell, and we're going to take another one here. And we'll go for an 18 pips. Done. There we go there. Okay. So, we reject off that resistance area, right? We come down here, bang. Oh, look, the beginner got stopped out, tight stop loss. Oh, I'm frustrated now. Oh my God, you know, oh, I've lost the trade. Jamie, what have I done wrong? You know, I'm going to change strategy. I'm still in the trade, right? Boom. I've allowed breathing space. There's no problem. Okay, we start to come down. See how we create that new low in the market? See how we create that new low? Well, that confirms to me that, yes, we should be going lower, right? Okay, look, we start to pull back. Maybe a little break and retouch just here. Nice little break and retouch just here. Let's see if the next candle goes red. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, but I'm still in the trade, so I wasn't going to take another one, right? Okay, right. Okay, price is kind of going sideways for a bit. Okay, it starts to come down. Watch, if I got another Mogwai signal here, yeah, watch this, right? Hold on here. Hopefully, yeah, here we go here, right? You see here, you see this second Mogwai signal? Look where that Mogwai signal's come to. Here, tapped right into that area here. Okay, so this is a sell at the next high. If I was to take this sell here, right, for I don't know, let's again, we'll go for a, I don't know, 15 for 50 pips, 15, 45 pips, a 1 to 3, a 1 to 3. So I'm in 2 trades now, right? I entered at this level here and I've re-entered at this level here, okay? The beginner has been stopped out, they're frustrated, they've probably moved on, right? Or they've probably chucked their iPhone at the computer screen, which is normally what I used to do back in the day, right? Look what happens. Look what happens. The trade was always with the trend. That setup was always with the trend. Always. I mean, I got stopped out. I lost a trade and I've still made 5% back. And this happens all the time. All the time. And it really frustrates me, right? Here's another example here, right? Here's another example here, right? Here's another example, okay? Here's another example, right? And again, right, if you can understand this, I promise you, you will thank me for this. Let's first of all, I'm going to end it on this one because I know how long this video has been going on for and you'll be bored by now. Let's just ignore all this price here. Look at what price is doing now, okay? Look what we have. We have an uptrend, a pullback, an uptrend, a pullback to an area of resistance. Would you say that this is an uptrend? Yes. Buy with the trend, yeah? Buy with the trend just there. Beautiful 1 to 2. However, if we focus on this setup here and we mark up the previous high, which is just here, and we mark up the previous low, which is here, this is still an uptrend, right? If price does not reject from this level and go up, right? If price comes down to here and then goes up, this is still an uptrend, okay? Unless we do this here and we go down. Watch what happens here, right? And again, a lot of people say this is where liquidity builds. Watch this. Do I get a Mogwai signal here? No, okay, I don't get a Mogwai signal there. Okay, watch this. You see how price bounces off that level? And if you're in a trade here, great. You've made some money. You might have got a 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Let's just say, I don't know, let's just say how far price went up, right? Let's say you took that trade here. Yeah, okay, let's just say we had a Mogwai signal here. 10 pip stop loss, you would have got 32 pips. So you would have got 1 to 3 out of that trade, no problem whatsoever. However, right, look what happened. Bang, price comes down. Now this is still an uptrend. This is still an uptrend because it's still above the previous level. And do we get a Mogwai signal here? Let's have a look here, charts, 1 minute time frame. Do we get a Mogwai signal here? Let's have a look. Okay, we do get a Mogwai signal here. Watch this. This is entering at the better price because going back to the 15, we've got a higher high, we've got the previous low. This is still an uptrend, right? Here, I can, if I got stopped, let's just say I got stopped out here, I lost 1%, I could get my percentage back and profit. So going back to this setup here, right, I look at this here and I go, right, well, this is still an uptrend. It's still an uptrend, okay, because you can see here, even by marking up the lows, low, 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 right? It is slowly going into an uptrend, right? Look at that. It is clearly in an uptrend, right? And what happens here? Okay, you go back to the 1 minute. Let's again get our stop loss out the way with this one. Let's get our stop loss out. So we'll go for 20 pips here for 60 pip take profit. I don't even know if this trade wins, right? I literally don't, but you know, the logic would make sense, okay? So stop loss out of the way, right? It's out of the way. Let's see what happens here, okay? So price starts to go up here. Beautiful, right? Let's see what happens here. Hopefully we come up. Okay, we're still chopping up here. Beautiful. Look, I mean, literally, what we at? 6% already? Now, maybe, and I say maybe, I might close the trade off here when we come up to the next high. Maybe. Right? In fact, when I say maybe, I would close it off here. I would close it off here. But just for the purpose of the video, because I don't know if the trade's going to go 1 to 3, we'll hold the trade, okay? We'll hold it. There you go, 1. There we go, right? I didn't even know that was going to happen. But logical sense, right? Again, here, right? Here's another example here, right? And again, you see it all the time here, right? Look here. You see how price creates a new high just here, right? So again, you would naturally assume break and retouch of this level, looking left, you see the resistance, break and retouch. However, if we come all the way down here and then reverse, this is still an uptrend, right? Because that is still higher than here, right? And this is higher than here. And sometimes entering and being patient and entering here is the better price. If you bought here, give an example here, you bought here, right? And there's nothing wrong with buying here. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with buying there, right? What happens? Okay, you might have made a bit of money, but eventually you get stopped out. But look where price reverses. It comes all the way back down to this level here, right? And look at the next candle. Bang, closes above it. So this is still an uptrend. This is still an uptrend. Do we get a Mogwai signal here? Yeah, you get a Mogwai signal here. This is where you'd buy it again with the trend, right? And again, we'll go for... you know, I don't know. Let's just put let's go with a 15 for 1 to 2. Let's go 1 to 2. So 30 pips. Okay, there you go there. 1 to 2. Okay, keep an eye on it. Unless price does this here, right? That's a downtrend. But price isn't doing that. Price is not doing that until we do this here, right? That would be considered a downtrend. Everything is telling me that this is still an uptrend. Do we win the trade? Let's have a look here. Price comes, chops around for a bit. Bang, done. Honestly, I'm going to leave that there. I hope it's a big eye-opener for you because I have made a hell of a lot of money trading break and retests and stuff like that, right? And just if you get stopped out, look, is it still creating higher highs and higher lows? Then still go with the trend. I hope you enjoyed that video. My name's Jamie Palmer and yeah, thank you for watching.